ready, people? This is where it's at. Sunday morning sessions with Tony and Luke. And they're a bit of a mindset session. They're a bit of a deep dive into what's going on up here. How can we explore the thoughts and feelings of what's going on? And I'm just about to bring on Tony Meredith. Good morning to Kat. Good to see you on. This is an important part of the week, and Tony is just joining us right now. So I'll just include him in the Facebook Live to talk about Sunday sessions, a little bit of mindset. You might be in a situation where you're having your morning coffee. You might be in a situation where you're just waking up and screening through Facebook while people are, just hopping out of bed. So just framing that up, just ready and prepared to see the deep impact that you're going to make on everyone's lives right today here. Tony Meredith, thanks for coming on.
Right now, let's go. Let's do it. How you going? Where are you, mate, by the way?
I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, and just popped out of the pool for a moment and come up here to my room to get some internet connection away. I've actually got my swimmers on right now, but that's another story. We'll stay away from
that. Mate, you're looking very bronze.
I am. I probably put the sun cream on. I'm a little bit white.
I'm seeing very bronze, very bronze.
Yeah, okay. So maybe just a little bit of colour on the way, but I don't like to get burnt because I got that Irish skin. But anyway, enough of that.
Sure.
What we're here today to bring is a lot of gold in regards to what's happening in people's lives. A little bit of that deep down, feeling, thought process. Take us away, Tony. Any thoughts that come immediately to mind straight away? Now.
Yeah, so right now. So the first one is that people aren't being successful because they lack the belief. So I had a session with a client this week, and this client is a really successful property investor wanting to make the switch across to property development. Got multiple properties in property investing, but really struggling with the belief, the certainty around property development.
Is that me?
And so, no, it's not you. No, it's not you. No, it's not you. No, not at all. But it applies to so many people. And the challenge is that people don't have the belief, they don't have the certainty. So how do we start to find that belief? And the way we start to find belief is we do things that are small. We start off with small things. So you've got 30 properties. It's well publicized. You didn't go from 0 to 30, right? You went from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, so on and so forth. And you created the belief along the way. So it's about doing small things, and it's about recognizing that you've done those small things. Reflecting, I'm big on reflection. I talk about that, whether it be writing. I prefer to write stuff down. You prefer to do stuff in your head. Either way, reflect on things, reflect on how you behave, reflect on the improvements that you could make, and then start to move yourself forward. But, fears, doubts, this whole lack of belief, lack of certainty, it's crippling people, it's holding them back, and it's not just applying in property. It applies in business, it applies in health and wellness, it applies in relationships, it applies in your career, so on and so forth. And so we've got to work on how we find the belief to do these things. For all of us, we had to believe that we could do something in order to, for example, for you to go from one property to two property. Can you recall the thought processes that you went through from a mindset point of view?
I thought about the whole idea that in terms of buying that first property and the second property was in regards to not knowing what to do because I failed in that first one, and I actually got that education. I was like, well, how can I do it differently? And I see so many people are being successful in property investing. They've got multiple properties. How can I not do the same? What can I do that's going to be different? So I had to get away from those old thoughts about trying to do it all on my own and not paying other people to help me along that path as well. Big shout out to Angie, Michelle, Matt, and a few others that have joined us as well. Tony, what I wanted to bring up in relation to this as well, you said about me not writing things down and maybe throwing things around in my head, or maybe being a little bit visual in regards to what I do. But I did put up a bit of a reflection for myself when soon after I left my job and I started to build that property portfolio. My wife was there and she had the income, and I was able to get loans during that time as well. But I put that message for me to up on my wall, which I didn't look at too much, but it said 15 properties in 2 years. I was actually able to accomplish that in 18 months. Now, that was a mean feat by any means, but there were circumstances that allowed for that to happen. but I did put in the work to do that as well. So writing things down, even though I didn't look at it that often, but it was in front of my face. And I think that was a big winner for me in regards to what was going on with my mindset and just that reflection in my subconscious that actually made me consciously do things.
Why did you come up with that goal? What was that goal?
I don't know. It came to my mind and I was like, okay, I want to do it. It was just kind of like...
Yeah, but had you... So I want to go back to the point you made a few minutes ago, and that is that you had seen people do this stuff previously. You had thought to yourself, well, hang on a second. If other people are doing this, then why the hell can't I?
Exactly.
Yeah, and so that's how you started to form the belief. So it might be that you haven't done it personally before, because we've never done something until we've done something. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
We've never been a successful property investor until you become a successful property investor, or you never be a successful developer until... So you've never done something, but you look around you and I'll guarantee you that whatever it is that you want to do, you're not pioneering. You're not the first person in the entire world to be doing what you want to do. So Google stuff up. Find people who've done it. Find people within your reach. Go to network meetings. Have a chat to those people. Look at their blueprint. Buy their memoirs, their biography, whatever it might be, and understand how did they do it. People now, with the advent of social media and the internet, mate, they share. It's about the sharing economy, and it's about sharing all of the secrets. It's like, how did you go from 1 to 2 to 3? You know what I mean? How did I go from getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning to leaving my job, etc., etc.?
Absolutely.
Mate, it's all about the sharing economy. So there are an enormous number of people out there who have done what you're trying to achieve. Look them up, study them, reach out to them, and find the blueprint, but you won't be pioneering, and that's how you start to create the belief, because someone else has done what you're trying to do.
A couple of key points in that area, Tony. One, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to be a crusader. If you want to be a crusader, great. Maybe you're inventing something unique that the world hasn't seen before, so fantastic. But you don't have to. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I guess us coming on here, we're proof in the pudding in terms of we've done it before ourselves. We want to really get everyone else into doing some of these things as well, whatever it is for you. So I guess, Tony, the whole idea is these people that are in whatever, they're struggling with these thoughts, what are they focusing on? What are they not focusing on? It's one of the topics that we came up today. Are they focusing on what they don't want rather than what they do want?
Correct. Yeah, so the saying is, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So that is, and that's from Tony Robbins, not from Tony Meredith. But the point is that people focus on what if that goes wrong. They focus on the fear of failure. They focus on the fear of criticism from other people. We talk about it all the time. Judgment from other people, fearful from the criticism from other people. And so when you focus on all of those things, what you're not focusing on is what you actually want. You're not focusing on. So you said before, you wrote your goal up, you put it up within vision every day, reminded you, reinforced what you're doing, and I'm going for that. And that's what I'm going for. And so what you wouldn't have been focusing on is, what if this goes wrong? What if people criticize me? What if I look like a dickhead?
That was my wife.
No, and I get that. And I get
the
that.
worries and the fears.
You know what? I was just going to say that is a whole other session, right? If we're talking about our respective partners, that's a whole day, right? but the point is, the point is that you're focused on what you wanted. So for people who are focusing on the fear of it failing, guess what's going to happen? That's where your focus is going. That's where your energy is going, and it is going to fail. Henry Ford famously said, "If you think you can and you think you can't, you're right. Either way, it doesn't matter. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." So if you think you can and you focus on you focus on what you want, you focus on in that direction, then you can get there. Now, it mightn't happen quickly. Chances are it won't. But you can get there. But if you think you can't do it, then you won't do it.